Hey everybody, welcome to the Track Limits podcast presented by Formula Addict. I'm your host Swish with my co-host Henny.
Hello.
We're here in London and we have a great double header today. Two people have joined our couch. One of them, by the way, is a repeat guest. Henny, I don't think we've ever had a repeat guest.
No, this is a first.
Yeah.
Let's see if he does
So this
better.
is an individual, by the way. He's an unbelievable creator. If I do say so myself, he's a below average sim racer. But he does race in the Creator Series, very competitive, both in F1 and F2. On the other side, we have a motorsport presenter, a pit lane reporter, and someone who has some pretty amazing news to share with Haydon and Amber. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
How's it going?
Swish is just upset because I overtook him in like the first together, so he's still salty, still struggling with it. But yeah, thank you for having both of us on.
Yeah, we're very excited to be here with some exciting news.
Some exciting
as well.
news.
I can't wait.
Can't
wait.
Is that a bit of a giveaway?
It is a bit of a giveaway.
so.
Yeah,
What
on
is
the
what
t-shirt.
the what? What is? No, I'm gonna tell us the big news. Honestly, like get into it. I'd love to.
Yeah, we are the new lead presenters on the WTF1 YouTube channel, which is incredible to say.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's going to be a big year. I love it.
I know, super exciting. We've like been doing loads behind the scenes at the minute. So like we got some good content lined up and I'm sure you'll enjoy it, to be honest. It's like exciting, you know, bigger, better. We want to get in like those cars maybe. Around, you know, if like Aston Martin want a new Formula One driver, I'll have all the experience in the world after this. So
Then come to me.
yeah. Hayden's not as fast. No.
But how did that opportunity come about? Like, were you guys always involved in WTF1? Like, walk us through even the early days of talking about that.
I think it sort of came about a bit because we're both part of the talent agency.
Yeah.
And I think we both actually signed for the talent agency at the same time.
Yeah, we did.
But
Yeah.
which isn't like linked to the actual WTF1 channel in that sense that we weren't already picked then.
Yeah.
I did a channel with Tomo and Aldas and the brilliant Matt Amos behind the scenes as our producer of Live Fast. And ever since that stopped, I've always been trying to get back to doing that. And then I presented that to the talent agency, telling them this is what I want to do. This is where I want to take my content. And they were like, okay, this is a great idea. Let's see what we can do. They were in, again, another change of the WTF1 channel with the talent that took over from Matt and Tommy. They were moving on, so they were looking for some new presenters to come on. And then just, that opportunity opened up. We were looking through the talent roster of who else we could get involved. They said that Amber was really great because we didn't know each other at that point.
No,
We'd
literally.
never met. And they were like, get this person involved. They're absolutely brilliant. And then we did a pilot together and it flowed. The screen test was amazing.
I know, I loved it. So we did the pilot at Wilton Mill. We just went around the track. And I was like, right, Haydon's got loads of experience. So, you know, there's going to be a bit of a difference in speed, I think. But I've like done quite a bit of karting. So I still knew. But I arrived to the track and I was like, right, you know, in Christmas corner, you got to do this. And Hayden was like, I do not know the corner names.
I just rock up and drive.
I don't care what corner you're talking about. But you don't need to because that's what you're so fast. Like, I went to Acton recently as well. And like, you've never been there before. Straight away, Hayden's time was just crazy. But it was good because there's a bit of competition between us because like, I think I'm quite competitive in that sense. I'm like, right, I need to beat Haydon. So it's a nice lineup. Although you got more experience, I'm still coming for him. You know what I mean?
We complement each other really well. I think you're very good at researching and sort of, you've got into the sport at a later time than me, but you're like, I want to know everything. I want to know everything about the sport. Whereas I've been there since I was a kid and I'm like, I remember this or I remember that. I don't really, if something pops up, I'm like, okay, I don't need to research that. I think I know what happened. But then you're like, no, actually this happened. I'm like, oh.
I just love researching. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like, I don't want to be in front of a camera and then not have, enough to say. But because you can be quite natural, I think that's the best thing as a presenter. You need to be super natural. But at the same time, I'm like, no, I want to know, when was this race? Who won it in 19 whatever? Yeah. Like, tell me all the corner names, what speed you're going into those corners. So like when I'm there, there's an abundance of things to talk about. And that's why it does work well because you're like, I watched that race on the TV and I'm like, I've researched that race to hell. So hopefully we're like kind of at the same point-ish.
Yeah. And for many people who don't even know what WTF1 is, explain to them, what is it?
So it's a channel for F1 fans by F1 fans. I feel like when you're on that channel and you get that opportunity, because it's a huge opportunity, I think, that both of us are realising to be on this channel, you have to live and die by F1. Like, you have to be F1 through and through, other motorsports as well. You need to just love motorsport, and that's what it's all about. Started up by a guy called Tommy Bellingham way back when as like a website blog, and then they started a YouTube channel around 2016, 2017 with Matt Gallagher coming on, and those guys just blew it up. You know, they did an amazing job to grow that channel to where it is. They moved on, they went and did their own stuff. Another team took over last year. It didn't quite have the success that they brought in, so they're looking for fresh talent, and hopefully we can, you know, at least do it justice, at least have a good time with it and entertain people. That's what we really want to do.
I think so, because like we want to get out there. Yes, we want to do podcasts, and we want to, like, you know, teach maybe people about F1 that coming into the sport, or just keep that passion alive. But like I said, we want to get out and race, and like go to different races, chat to the drivers, interview the drivers, even do like challenges with drivers that maybe it's not F1 related. It's like a cooking challenge with so-and-so, or like a training challenge or something like that. So it is just bringing you into that sport a little bit more from a different perspective, really.
Yeah. Do you know your mushrooms challenge?
Oh, I am so going to do that.
Oh no, don't get us started on this. We will never hear the end of it.
I literally said, I was like, if Haydon sees me talking about mushrooms, he's going to be like, oh, here we go.
To be
Just
fair,
for the record, though, it's mushrooms like lion's mane and cognitive mushrooms. Just going to put that out there. People think I'm
I thought
like
it was the other one.
to be fair, if you talk to my girlfriend about it and get her hooked, then she has a good influence on me, and then I will start doing it as well.
Yep, that's the way to get to Haydon's heart.
I'm very much whipped. You know, I know who wears the trousers in my relationship. So,
But Amber, walk us through then, like, how did you get into motorsport, F1? Like, what got you into it, and how did you even think about presenting within it?
Do you know what? It's kind of like all down to my dad, I would say. So like he watched F1, obviously, like since I was little. I did not care. And it was actually getting to that point where it was so annoying, because I'd be like, "Hi, Dad, it's a Sunday. Could you pick me up from so-and-so?" "No, the F1's on." I was like, for God's sake. I mean, my sister were always like, "Dad's watching the F1. Didn't really care, but I love karting. So like I would go to a team sport and like indoor karting tracks. Loved it. Every birthday was like karting. And then my dad was like, "You know, the Formula One drivers mostly begin through karting." And then something just clicked in me, and I was like, oh, okay. So I started to watch it, and I think he was watching. I think it was like Monaco Grand Prix, to be fair, and it was just on the TV, and I was like, oh, that's quite cool, that actually. Like, yeah, it's similar to kart, you know, obviously 10 times better, 10 times faster. But I was like, I really like this, and I think that was 2018. So for me, that's quite a while ago, but obviously as an F1 fan, that's still quite fresh, still quite new. And then, yeah, fell in love with Charles Leclerc. I was like, what a talent, what a looker. No, all the thing, I was like, you know what, love this. And then that's when the passion came in. Wanted to be an actress. That was like my main thing. I was like, I'm going to go to drama school. And my dad was kind of like, why don't you do acting and something else? Everyone's like, you make a good presenter, acting, presenting kind of goes hand in hand. Why don't you go to university, do a little bit of both, and you come out the end of it and see which one do I prefer, or do both if you want, or do motorsport presenting. Went to uni, that's exactly what happened. I was like, get rid of the acting, love the presenting. And then it worked out quite well. I only graduated 2023. So it's been quite exciting since then. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, your life is a whirlwind right now then. Holy crap.
Literally. It was like graduate, signed with WTF1 agency, and then it's like flew from there. Because I did a few like jobs every now and then, like worked with Aston Martin was like my second presenting job. So I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then it just flew from there. Signing with WTF1 talent was great.
Yeah. And outside of even WTF1, what other projects are you guys working on? Or what plans do you guys have for 2024?
I don't really know if there's too much, to be honest, because it takes up a lot of your life. It's like a main, you know, it's your main job really now. I've gone from being freelance for a couple of years, and now, you know, this thing that is taking over my life. You know, I've got podcasts, we got to watch all the races, which I mean I do anyway, but you know, you've got to make sure you're there, and then straight away to be making content about, and then planning these. You know, we don't just want to be sat in our bedrooms making content. We want to get out there. We want to have fun challenges and just, you know, give fans an insight into experience that they might never ever get to see. So planning all of that sort of stuff and getting those going is sort of our main
Takes
focus.
a long time, because you're producing the whole video, then you're getting like the videographers, who's editing, okay, what look are we going for, where are we going, what's our budget, what's the idea, where's the shot list. We're doing that, so it's like, okay, this is going to take up Monday to Friday. Sorry everyone, my phone's off, I'm not going to answer. And then race weekends, your weekend's gone too, so it's like full time.
Wow.
With 24 races now too. We felt the brunt of that last year, honestly, when we were doing like a reflection episode every weekend.
Pretty much.
I didn't feel like there was a single weekend that I felt like, oh, I'm not doing anything
on a Sunday. I get to sleep
chilling.
in.
No holidays.
None.
And then what about like when you guys found out to now, how long has that been? Like, do you have a lot of time to prepare, or do you kind of have to do it more on the fly now?
We've had, how long has it been?
It's
About
been,
November?
Yeah, so what's that, like
Start November?
2-3 months?
Yeah, coming up to 3 months.
Yeah.
But I think the beginning of it was a slow start in the sense of it's like us building our chemistry and relationship and where do we want the channel to go. It's kind of lots of talking before it was like, right then, getting into the filming, more pilots and stuff. It kind of started like that, and now it's like, go.
Yeah, it's only really been this start of this year that we've actually got things
going,
moving, and it's working out our dynamic and what works best. I think we work really well in a sense that I'm a dreamer. I'm a head in the clouds. I'm like thinking up all these ideas, but I was never ever good. And I think we spoke about this last time. Never good at getting them actually on paper or executed. Whereas we discuss these ideas, and you're like, okay, cool. I've got this booked in. We had a trip to Monaco that was the last couple of days. So. You know, my ideas of we're going to go here, do this, and then you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to get that into booked in. And without that, you know, these things wouldn't happen. So I think, you know, having Amber alongside is just brilliant and get these ideas actually going.
Yeah, because we bounce off each other very easily, I think. And it is that, like, you know, he's a longer term fan of the sport, I'm a newer fan of the sport, but that blends like seamlessly. And I think it's back to that research part as well. If I had no idea what I was talking about, Haydon could talk to a brick wall.
Yeah.
It'd be better than me. It'd be the Haydon show. He can have WTF1 all to himself. So it works out well that it's like, okay, you've got all this knowledge. I try to match your knowledge. And then, like production side of it, Monaco, I was like, okay, flights. Who's the videographers? What's our budget? We've got this much money. Okay. When are we going? Guys, I'm doing a late flight because I want to have a dinner in Monaco too. You know, go round. No complaints, please. And like, I kind of liked doing that as much as it is different, because I did a little bit in uni because my course was media and performance. It was acting, presenting, everything in videography, editing. Like it was everything you could get. Directing, producing. So I kind of knew how to do it, but I've never done it before. So at the beginning, I was like, it's scary. I was like, I've just come out the womb and now I'm making spreadsheets.
And the whole thing.
But I actually really enjoyed it. I think because it was Monaco, it's a bit more exciting. You know what I mean?
Sounds like you guys have a lot of autonomy then to like figure out what you guys want to do with, you know, maybe you're given parameters, but it's almost like you're running your own business or startup really. Yeah,
we've got a team around us, but we do have quite a lot of creative control, don't we?
Yeah, which is always good because it's not like, no, you can't do that. We're like, this is a really cool idea. You pitch it to the team and they're like, yeah, great. Like we've got the contacts. Like obviously Tim, who's looking after WTF1 agency, is also working with us on this. So we'll be like, Tim, have you got a contact in wherever? Do you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, great. And he helps us out loads. So we're like, do you know what? Can we go fly a plane? Tim's like, yeah, come on, why not? Yeah, let's do it.
Not before you watch Top Gun. I'm going to put it out there.
Yeah, sorry.
If I see you in a plane, I will call you out.
But I'll go watch that first and then I'll fly the plane.
Finally. December 31st, 2024 comes to what is this goal? Like, where's it you're like, I won? Like, this is something that we did really well.
I think to get the channel back to close to where it was before. I think it'll be amazing if we got it back to where it was before, but you've got to be realistic. I think we've got a big year coming up in terms of getting ready for quite a lot of backlash. I think that just comes with it. There's a lot of diehard fans of Matt and Tommy, and they're great guys. I've worked with Tommy slightly. We did a karting event once, and never spoken to him before. Lovely guy, great to get along with. And Matt, I've done work with on the F1 Esports, and he's always been really nice. He actually. It's all supposed to be under wraps, but I don't know how he found out. But we were on the F1 Esports show, and we've gone out for dinner, me, him, and Tom Deacon, and we are literally. I've gone to go get the next round. I come back and he's like, so when are you going to tell me about WTF1? I'm like, I was going to leave it a few days. But no, he was really, really nice about it, and he was just like, look, I'm excited for you. Yeah. We've got our own thing, and I think if the worst, bit of hate that we get is you're not Matt and Tommy, that's fine with me, because I am not Matt and Tommy.
Exactly.
That's not what you're trying.
You don't have
to
to be Matt and Tommy.
No, exactly. There's already two amazing creators doing what they're doing, and that is Matt and Tommy.
Exactly.
So hopefully you, as a fan, just start to enjoy and give it a go of what Haydon and Amber are going to be like on the WTF1 channel.
Because we bring something different, but like you never know it's going to be received. It could be like everyone loves us, or it's, oh my gosh, who are these two clowns? Get them off. Like, this is the end. Yeah. But I spoke to one of the staff at Team Sport called Portia in Acton, and she was like, this is so great for the channel. You and Haydon are like, lovely. You got loads of different experience as well. So that's, again, bouncing off each other because it's so different. But she was like, this is going to be great as well for girls that getting into the sport. 100%. There'll be a few people, obviously, that are like, oh, women in motorsport. And you get that, like all the F1 presenters, and everyone gets it. So you'll see a few of those comments, but... Yeah. I'm like, go on then. Do you want to? Yeah. You get up here then.
We have another co-host as well, Fevin, and there are times where like there's a comment of like this delusional girl, and
we're like, come on,
fuck off.
And I think it's also a case of like coming into the sport around the Drive to Survive era. I came into it in 2011, was like the first season I watched religiously. I'd always kind of like dipped in and out of the living room where my parents were watching, played the games when I was a kid, but never like a diehard fan until 2011. If social media was around then, I think even then I wouldn't have had that much slack because I'm a man. It would be like, okay, cool, he's got into it. But because you're a woman, you come into it, it's like, oh, you just watch because you Drive to Survive, you don't research. Whereas I can tell that's completely wrong. Like,
exactly.
I thought if we talk about something, you're like, oh crap, I don't know that. The next night, we went to Monaco. We went to Monaco. We did a couple of videos there. I have no notes because I'm like, I've driven this track on a sim so many times. I feel like I know what I'm talking about. And for Amber, it's just pages of notes.
And it's just brought out like a mini booklet, whatever. And I was like, could someone please test me on this? Got a videographer literally, and I was like, just this paragraph. And like before he even asked me the question, I was like, yeah, turns 1, 2, and 3, And he was like, I've not even asked you anything yet. I just think it's better to be prepared. It is just in case for that backlash as well, but not even just that, because it's good for me anyway. I can just reel off lots of stuff.
You enjoy it.
I'm like passionate, like with my mushroom coffees and stuff. There's a lot of passion.
We should have had mushroom coffees today.
I should have brought them.
I've apparently just been eating the wrong mushrooms my whole life.
On pizza?
Can we get sponsored by like mushroom coffee brands and stuff?
What was that company again?
Oh, can I say them?
You say it. We'll call them out. Dirty Coffee.
If you want to sponsor Track
Dirty
Limits
Coffee.
Or you want to sponsor WTF1,
This is it.
I was like, just sponsor me.
Forget these guys.
Lifetime supply, please.
And then Amber, you made a documentary about sustainability in F1.
Yes.
Right. So this kind of goes to show
the research
over and beyond.
Knowledge.
I'm curious, two things. One, the process of making it, why you decided to do it, and then B, do you think F1 right now has focused enough on sustainability, or is there still a lot more to do?
Yeah, so that one came about. It was my final year university project, and you could do anything basically. You could do like a song, you could do a podcast, you could do whatever, it had to be media related. And I was like, right, I did lots of documentary classes. I was like, I'll do documentary, love it. Obviously going to be F1. It needed to have a media spin. So I just wanted to focus on F1 sustainability, but I had to put that media, because my course is media and performance. It was like, how does the media portray sustainability, and can they do more to market it? And it was a really good documentary. It had like loads of great guests on there. But in terms of, do I think F1's doing enough? I would say yes, because like look at the calendar. They've tried to like regionalize it a little bit. They can't, because it gets down to those contractual constraints and all these different things that come into it. So it can't be like they stay in Europe and then they move to like Asia and then move to like the States or whatever it is. But they are trying, with the car, the hybrid engines, all of that. So I think they are trying. Could they do a little bit more? Potentially, but I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So maybe they can't. Maybe like they're full on at its push. But that documentary was so fun to make, minus the editing.
Yeah.
I hate editing.
How long did that take?
It was literally like 2 or 3 months, and you had to write an essay. So
on top of that?
Yeah.
And no ChatGPT was out then, right?
Yeah. I've never even used that before. Everyone used that. When were we speaking about that recently? I've never used it before.
I've barely used it. I think I used it once for video ideas, and it threw out a lot of
threw out-
rubbish.
Yeah.
I was like, we're going to put you to the side.
I think it's because I like, researching and
Searching on
typing
your
up.
own,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no. But like my boyfriend, he uses it all the time.
Yeah.
He creates like, documents and like decks of video ideas and he just puts it in.
Apology
and then it's
notes.
all, yeah.
It's like, I'm going to screw up
All
in the
from
future.
there. And I'm like, this is too polished.
Yeah.
Something wrong with this.
And
But yeah, there was an essay.
Final question before we go into the rapid fire round. Haydon, I'm curious, given your background in sim racing, and you are a very, very good
Oh,
sim
he
racer.
admitted it.
No, you are. Like, you are. It's not disputed. You're too quick, a little bit annoyingly quick. But I'm curious, are you going to incorporate that into WTF1 as well?
A little bit. I think there's definitely some room there.
Yeah.
You never say never. If people enjoy us and they want to see more of us, there's a Twitch channel there that we can jump on, hold events. We're involved in sim racing. So there's plenty of opportunities. There's plenty of videos that we could do as well with drivers. When the EA game drop their latest game, we can jump on and do some sort of challenges around that as well. So there's potential. There's nothing sort of set in stone at the moment, but there's ideas floating about for sure.
We'll talk about this after, but
Oh, yeah, we have.
Henny and I had dinner recently, and we came up with the idea for the casual series.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on.
So
Don't tell.
Is that
I'm gonna
because
tell you the whole idea.
because you got like
Absolutely wiped in the
Yeah,
first
the
race.
crazy-
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
that's
No.
fine.
F2 is a casual series. So.
Mate, I was sweating buckets.
Yeah, I don't know how casual it
I was
is.
like, hold on to P1.
Comes out of his
oh, no,
room.
P8. Oh, no, P14. But no, I will talk to you about it. Maybe
Yeah.
there's something
Okay.
we can have you jump
No,
on
sounds
for.
good. I look forward to it.
Fantastic. Rapid fire round. Before
Let's do
that,
it.
though, verdict. How was that? You think they're ready for the lead presenter role? I don't even know why we're judging them. Yeah.
Oh.
Why are
Let's
we
see how
judging
they
them?
do in the hot.
Yeah.
Then.
Rapid fire round coming up very shortly. Welcome back to the Track Limits podcast. We're here with Amber and Haydon, and they're about to get into the rapid fire round. People, are we nervous, excited, apprehensive?
Oh, bit of all.
I hate being put on the pressure.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
scared.
love
Yeah.
This is not
love
pressure.
it.
This
None.
is fun.
I don't think fast.
All right, we're going to name a bunch of questions. We'll have one person go first, the other right after, unless
Gosh.
it's targeted to you. Haydon, which platform would you delete out of the bigger social media platforms if you had to
I
pick?
said this before.
Yeah,
Twitter,
Twitter.
X. Yeah, go on. Don't like it. Don't
Yeah.
use it.
Oh.
Same thing?
Yeah, standard for that one.
Okay.
All right. Next question. If you're not a content creator, what other occupation would you have?
Mushroom connoisseur.
I love it.
Obviously a racing driver.
Yeah.
Basically one anyway.
I should preface, by the way, when she says mushroom, she's saying the actual mushroom.
Like cognitive.
Yeah.
All of that.
Just,
like-
just so people know. But, there are people out there that might be like, what?
She just got new fans.
Yeah.
A whole lot of new fans.
Everyone likes me now.
Haydon, memorabilia that you currently own or would like to own?
So I have got a little model McLaren, which we sent as Live Fast to the edge of space. So that is currently my background, and that is like my best part of memorabilia that I have.
What?
That is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Amber,
That's
anything?
pretty cool. Do you know what? I'd love, we went to Monaco, the F1 museum,
F1
the
car.
Prince de Monaco. I mean, a car would be great, Maybe Charles Leclerc's 2019 Ferrari.
Oh,
but
was
the
that illegal?
posters in the
Oh,
back,
they were cool.
they're
Yeah, yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
I
they
would
were
love like
very
a
cool.
whole wall of all those like Monaco, like old school posters.
Yeah.
They were great.
If you had to choose another sport to create content, what sport would it be?
Oh, it's got to be rapid fire, hasn't it? Oh no. What's those like boats that hover, the E1 electric boat things? Still kind of like
The E1 has
racing.
just started.
Is that a
yeah.
sport?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's new.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
E1.
I learned something new.
Yeah.
Oh wait, like that's like the F1 equivalent? Is that
Yeah,
the
like
same one?
Basic-
but for boats.
Yeah,
for boats.
Rich
Racing
people
boats.
with
Yeah,
bodies.
Tom Brady
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yes.
yeah, okay.
Because it's like
That's sick.
similar, so I think
Yeah.
I go with that.
Yep.
Not football.
You know Emma Kamalainen? Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
screw-
yeah,
yeah,
she's
she's
racing it.
she's
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Might have to
I'd have
interview
to
her
say-
again.
Yeah.
Football for me is probably the only one I have
Which
knowledge
football
of.
are we
Yeah,
talking?
yeah,
Proper
the real
football.
one.
Proper.
Not soccer.
Mate, it's the playoffs.
Not soccer. Not that.
Soccer.
Oh, can I change my answer?
What?
Oh, actually, no, it'd be like horse riding, show jumping or something.
Okay,
I forgot that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm a horse rider.
Oh, you should do one with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, that would be hilarious.
Boys, crip rocking. All All right, Haydon, most unpopular opinion you have. Ooh. It could be about F1 too, by the way.
This is what I mean. I don't like being put on the spot. 'Cause now my brain has just gone.
We're gonna clip this. Be like the new presenters for WTF.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's a difficult one.
Lance Stroll is not as overrated as people think that he is. Okay.
Boom.
Let's go.
Give my man some love.
My Canadian right there.
Don't you dare say anything.
Do you know what I was
You
thinking?
can get about Roman Grosjean. You can talk about him.
Oh
and
my
you'll
god,
love him.
that's
So
a
there
good
you
one.
go.
My unpopular opinion is that Roman Grosjean is the greatest Formula One driver in the whole Formula One
And WTF1 is
history.
cancelled.
No, I love Roman Grosjean so much.
He's a great guy.
And he gets so much hate, and obviously his driving at times has been quite questionable. But like, of course, he's not the greatest F1 driver. But I just think he's fab. He's one of my favorites.
We're excited. He's back in IndyCar another season with Yukos, which will be
Goes.
which
Yeah,
will be
that
cool.
should be fun.
Oh yeah.
Best or random prediction for the 2024 season, F1 season?
I like chaos. I like throwing fire into the pot. Fernando Alonso announced to replace Sergio Perez at Red Bull. Let's have some excitement, baby.
That's a clip.
But then who's going to be in the Aston Martin?
Yuki Tsunoda.
Oh. And then who's going to be replacing Yuki?
Liam Lawson.
Yeah.
You got an answer for everyone. This is a rapid fire again. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like he consulted for some of these teams here.
All right, for Haydon specifically, if you woke up and realized you'd become Zhou Guan Yu, what's the first thing you would do?
I would take a look at that wardrobe and ship some clothes over to myself. Maybe actually order them in my size first, but yeah.
Ship them over.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah,
Oh
he's
my
good
God.
stuff.
I think we know your answer to this, but outside of work, what's your favorite food addiction?
Well, funny you should say. No, to be fair, the mushrooms don't count because I drink them.
I know exactly what it is.
So they actually,
true.
it doesn't count. Although I do like normal mushrooms as
Yeah.
well. Food addiction. Oh no.
You know what it is.
Oh, Haydon. It's cheese.
It is.
Just
But
cheese.
I shouldn't. I don't know if I'm actually intolerant to it or not. But when I eat cheese, like I do get like quite a bit of spots, so I know I'm having some sort of reaction.
Okay, yeah.
But I love, live, laugh, die for cheese. Like
Every single time. Every
Talk
single
about
time
cheese.
that we hang out, we meet up, we're doing work. I ate cheese last night and I shouldn't. I need to stop eating cheese.
all the time. We were in Monaco as well and had like the cheesiest pizza. And halfway through, I went, I shouldn't be eating this, should I? And was like, oh my God, here we go. I asked my boyfriend actually to get like a safe because when I'm like living like by myself or like with my uni mates, I didn't eat cheese. Like I was good. He loves cheese. So I was like, right, what we're going to do is we're going to get a safe and we're going to put it in the safe. Don't tell him the code.
Yeah.
Sorted.
What's your biggest addiction?
Food addiction. At the moment, it's probably McDonald's, to be honest. Well, there's a video coming, and there is a reason why I'm eating very unhealthy and I'm eating a lot of bad food.
Yeah.
I can't really say too much yet because I don't know if it would be out already or if it's still going to be in the works. But the one I think it was last Monday. I think I had McDonald's for breakfast, and I also had it for a late lunch.
Okay.
I'm addicted. I need to sort this out.
Is this a documentary on the fast food?
No,
We should do that, I love documentaries.
You could do the
She can do all the
documentary.
editing.
And I'll be
She said yeah already. Please.
I'll be your example of addiction to McDonald's and fast food.
All right, final few. Most embarrassing moments you've had while creating content.
I guess having to work with Amber, I suppose. is quite embarrassing. Being in public with Amber. Yeah. No, for me, it is F1 esports.
I know what you're
last
gonna
race,
say.
You might know what I'm going to
Yeah.
say. So I'm doing commentary during the qualifying, during the qualifying, and we're talking about strategy and what strategy you need to do. You either go for an undercut or you go for an overcut. You can't be in the middle. So I wanted to say you cannot sit on the fence in F1 esports. And I said you cannot sit on the fence. And it's there for all to see on Twitch.
Yep. You hate Twitter, but they've clipped that.
Very, very good. I knew exactly. I look over to my right, I see Tom Deacon just looking the other way. I was like, if our eyes crossed, it is over. It's over for us.
I swear you did something similar. It wasn't as bad as that. We were doing the pilot for a podcast. You said something, and I was there, like, trying not to smirk. And you were looking at me, and you knew what you'd said, and I was
Probably.
like, oh my
It happens a lot.
God.
It happens maybe
I was like, I know it's a pilot, but stay professional.
I believe you've done this. Yeah. Amber, what about you?
Mine was with like a microphone. So like my mic for some reason was on. Then we put it on, but then I was at a track, so it was like a live event, and the frequency got picked up on the track speakers. So then I was like, you know, talking a little bit of gossip about a lot of the drivers. And it like full on went out, and like I was talking about the wind as well at the beginning, and I got a message saying, sorry to hear you've got trapped wind. I was like, sorry, what? I got this random message, and he was like, your whole conversation is being played across the whole track. It was like Snetterton across the whole track. And I couldn't, and I walked down like the grid after, and I was like, oh my gosh, any drivers that won't look me in the eye, they've definitely heard I've just talked a lot of rubbish about them. And it was like fair enough what I was saying, it was all true. But yeah, and then I had to go and like present live after that, and I thought they're never gonna let me interview them again.
Yeah.
But it was no one actually cared. It wasn't too bad, it was just a little bit of gossip. I'm never gonna ever do that again.
Yeah.
The moment you see mics anywhere, you'd be like,
Yeah.
shut up, shut up.
I've learnt my lesson very quickly.
All right, the next one, favorite guilty TV show.
Well, there's one we've been chatting about.
We chatted.
Is that my favourite though? Vampire Diaries is the one we've been chatting about quite a bit. Is it my favourite?
Yeah.
No, actually. Mine is Made in Chelsea. I don't know if obviously that's like, it's like a UK show. It's like those garbage TV of all these like awful people. No, I love them, honestly. Like they get a lot of stick for it, and my boyfriend hates it, but the CEO of the Race Media loves it. So every time I see him, we chat about Made in Chelsea. That's my guilty pleasure.
Is this like Jersey Shore equivalent?
Basically,
okay,
it's like obviously Chelsea's like a posh area, and like, you know, they're all posh and pristine, but all doing awful things to each other, and I just love it. All the gossip, all the drama, it takes me away from my life. I'm like, oh, I can watch other people doing it.
Haydon?
For me, I am a huge Doctor Who fan, and I can watch Doctor Who whenever, wherever. I got my girlfriend. My girlfriend's from the Netherlands, so she never grew up with it. Got her in straight in when I started watching 2005, and the look of the show then was not good. Nothing like the classics. I'm not even going to try with her for that. She watched that and be like, what on earth is this? But trying to get through that first season of like, trust me, it's a good show. Now she's also obsessed, so that's good. But yeah, that is my guilty pleasure.
Brilliant. Final two. For Amber specifically, if you found yourself in an elevator with Lance Stroll, who wrote this? What's the first question you would ask him?
Be nice.
Where does Justin Bieber live?
Yeah.
He's Canadian, isn't he? Yeah.
Did Lance know where Bieber lives?
I don't even know.
I think we know where Bieber lives, though. In
Probably.
Cambridge.
Oh.
But yeah. You know where Bieber
Nero
lives?
knows where he lives.
Okay, Nero knows. Yeah.
We'll put the address right here. We'll dox it.
Bieber was
It's okay.
partying with him New Year's. Yeah. Didn't invite me. Anyways, final question.
Final question. All right, this is to both of you. You're writing an autobiography on your life. Which one resonates with you the most? The daredevil, the dreamcatcher, the free spirit, or the hardest worker?
I know. I think my one's the same as last time.
Yeah.
We had this one last time. It was the Dreamcatcher.
I thought,
Head's
for
always in
you.
the clouds.
Yeah.
It'd probably be the hard worker, I reckon.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think
look at
so.
the research work.
Well, yeah. I think to get a lot of the jobs that I've got, like you don't just get them like randomly. If I sat in my bedroom all day, never on LinkedIn, love LinkedIn. So I say the hard worker probably.
Okay.
All right. Or the Mushroom Queen.
Oh, the Mushroom Queen. That's the one. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming on. We honestly wish you the best of luck. We know you're absolutely going to crush it, you know, between like the hard work, creativity, and passion.
Yeah.
You guys have everything. So
You're rooting.
Yeah.
thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
It's a
us.
pleasure.
And people, we're going to link their socials, individual and WTF1 below. Go and check it out. Eat your mushrooms
And drink your mushrooms.
and drink your mushrooms.
Drink your
Even though you can do that. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next episode.